Hi all, today I have some facts about Facebook for you. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and like it. Have a great time, and here we go. Facebook is the most popular social network in the world, that was born on the 4th of February, 2004 in one of the dormitories at Harvard. At first it was called the Facebook.com. Its original idea was to create an electronic directory of names, surnames and photos of Harvard students. Facebook founders Mark Zuckerberg, Dustin Moskovitz, Eduardo Saverin and Chris Hughes did not expect that in a few years their small startup would become the largest online project in the world. More than 1.3 billion people now use Facebook, and many people find their morning face view more important than breakfast. We found 20 interesting facts for you about Facebook, the social network that changed the world. 1. Facebook and Al Pacino. What do Facebook and Al Pacino have in common? It turns out that the logo of the original version of Facebook, Facebook, featured a mysterious man who network users called a guest from Facebook. Years later, it turned out that this mysterious character was none other than a young Al Pacino, who was slightly tweaked in the graphic reader by an acquaintance of Mark Zuckerberg. 2. Facebook and Beacon. Beacon was an ambiguous advertising system created by Facebook that collected all the activity of its users on other sites, outside of Facebook, without their consent, and then, based on the collected data, created profiled advertising campaigns. As you might expect, it ended up in a class action lawsuit for Facebook. Beacon was disbanded in October 2009, and 2 years later, on his blog, Mark Zuckerberg wrote that its creation was a mistake. 3. Facebook and Chris Putnam. In 2006, Chris Putnam, a student at Georgia Southern University, created a virus that drank a lot of blood from the Facebook administration. The Putnam worm changed the appearance of social network users' profiles, after which they became similar to the pages of MySpace, Facebook's main competitor. In an act of retaliation, Facebook co-founder Dan Moskovitz offered Chris Putnam a job at the company. 4. Facebook and Dustin Moskovitz. Dustin Moskovitz is Mark Zuckerberg's dorm roommate and co-founder of Facebook, along with Eduardo Saverin and Chris Hughes. Dustin has always been a docent about all things website development, but their relationship with Zuckerberg deteriorated badly when Sean Parker joined the Facebook team. In October 2008, Moskovitz left Facebook and began building his own startup, the tax management platform Asana. In 2010, Forbes magazine named Dustin Moskovitz the world's youngest billionaire. 5. Facebook and the Harvard Catalog. The world's most popular network took its name from the Harvard Catalog, which was a collection of photos and profiles of students from that institution. Originally, the service was called Facebook, and its users were only Harvard students. 6. Facebook and gaming. Facebook is not just a social network, but also a realm of games. Infantile, undemanding, but extremely popular and exciting. The most popular among them is Farmville. It's a farm simulator, which attracted about 30 million users a day during its heyday. 7. Facebook and Harvard University. Mark Zuckerberg's alma mater and the cradle of Facebook. Within 2 weeks of its debut, about 70% of Harvard students registered on Facebook. Zuckerberg himself never graduated from Harvard University, though for years he presented himself on his social media pages as a graduate of that prestigious institution. 8. Facebook and Iceland. What might Facebook and Iceland have in common? A new constitution. After the financial crisis that nearly bankrupted this small country, its inhabitants, who do not trust discredited politicians, decided to take matters into their own hands and write a new constitution. To begin with, a group of 950 people prepared a series of proposals and demands to be included in the new constitution. Then 25 experts began to work on its draft. All this time the work on the constitution could be followed on Facebook, where users could make suggestions, corrections, and express their doubts about the new constitution. 9. Facebook and the country. If Facebook were to announce the creation of a new country today, such as the Facebook Republic, it would be the second largest country in the world, after China. Facebook currently has more than 1,310,000,000 users. It is believed that within the next 2 to 3 years, This popular social network will overtake even China and become the largest virtual country in the world. 10. Facebook and the like button. Facebook's like button has become a real social phenomenon that has long gone beyond Mark Zuckerberg's site. Despite numerous requests, threats and petitions from Facebook users, the dislike button never appeared. 11. Facebook and murder. As it turns out, Facebook can evoke such negative emotions in its users that can drive people to the worst crimes, such as murder. Several years ago, Janelle Potter's father murdered two of her friends in cold blood for dropping his daughter from his friend list. 12. Facebook and the color blue. Have you ever wondered why the dominant color of Facebook is blue? The answer can be found in the New Yorker magazine, which wrote that social networking founder Mark Zuckerberg suffers from color blindness. Blue is the richest color for me, Zuckerberg said in an interview with This American magazine. 13. Facebook and the Nasdaq American Stock Exchange. The story of Facebook's first public offering is a series of ups and downs, so far with a happy ending. Facebook's IPO was the most expensive in U.S. history. The company was valued at a whopping $104 billion. One share could be bought for $38. Then, however, share prices began to plummet. At the worst period, which was in September 2012, the value of the share did not exceed $18, and many investors in a panic began to get rid of them. But those who didn't sell their shares can now rejoice in their strong nerves, because currently one share of Facebook is worth about $62. 14. Facebook and pirates. We are not talking about internet pirates who plow the pirate coves of torrents. Among the dozens of languages that Facebook users can use is a pirate language, namely English pirate. I wonder if Johnny Depp uses it. 15. Facebook and divorce. According to Divorce Online, 1/3 of divorce petitions filed by Americans in 2011 contained the word Facebook. The American Academy of Family Lawyers reported that 80% of divorce attorneys say social media is one of the key factors contributing to the dramatic increase in divorces in recent years. 16. Facebook and the smartphone. When Facebook launched, the smartphone was still the technology of the future. Most people registered on Facebook were using desktop computers. Nowadays, more than 78% of users log on to the social network using smartphones and tablets. 17. Facebook and the movie The Social Network. In 2010, Hollywood director David Fincher brought the story of Facebook to the big screen. The Social Network received quite warm reviews from film critics and audience feedback. The film won a Golden Globe statuette for Best Drama Film and 3 Oscar statuettes for Best Screenplay, Music and Editing. The role of Mark Zuckerberg in it was played by Jesse Eisenberg. 18. Facebook and new words. Unfriend is a new word that was invented by Facebook in 2009. And it means removing someone from your friend list. The new Oxford Dictionary declared unfriend the word of the year in 2009. 19. Facebook and the Winklevoss twins. Twins Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss are Harvard graduates who represented the United States at the Beijing Olympics. However, it was not their athletic achievements that made them famous, but a lawsuit against Mark Zuckerberg in which they accused the founder of Facebook of cheating and stealing ideas. Zuckerberg was originally supposed to help the twins create the social network HarvardConnection.com. There was no trial, of course. Zuckerberg went along with the settlement, and the Winklevoss twins received 1.2 million shares of the company, valued at $300 million on the day of the initial public offering. 20. Facebook. Initially, Mark Zuckerberg fought back with all his hands and feet from the idea of expanding his site and creating a special script that would allow users to post photos on their profiles. He gave in only under strong pressure from Sean Parker. Today, Facebook is the most popular photo gallery in the world, with 2.5 billion new photos added every month. It is believed that 80% of all photos taken on Earth end up on Zuckerberg's site. I hope you liked my video. I try to make more videos and release them every day, sometimes even more often, so subscribe to me and do not forget to like me. Good luck everyone and bye.